two. Week 2 of the Utah Top 50. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you. And our first matchup tonight, the Flint Tropics taking on the Oakland Americans. But Dane, this is week 2 for you. Week 1 for me is the jumper up and good.
Yeah, Brock Felder. He had a big game in week 1. Parowan Ram, he really showed that he might play 1A ball in the state of Utah, but, man, he went toe-to-toe here at Salt Lake Community College in week 1 of the top 50, and both these two teams winning in week 1 of the top 50. So opportunity for teams 1-0 come in and try to improve to 2-0 here in week 2 of regular play.
So we'll make sure you all understand that the scoreboard is unofficial, and we're actually having a glitch at the moment. So we'll get that set. Score is 2-0 in favor of the Tropics. We'll get that scoreboard squared away just in a few minutes. At our first stoppage, we had a chance to kind of dive into it. But on the other end here with the Tropics, that's Quentin Meza sent out into the corner. The 3 on the way and off the mark. That was Houston Johnson. And on the drive, and unable to finish there for Oakland. And quickly get back the other way. This is the benefit of you having two weeks here. Quentin Meza gets that one up and in.
We didn't have a chance to see JJ. He was number 56 there for the Americans. Didn't have a chance to see him last week, but had a nice take to the rim there. Just couldn't finish it, and Q on the breakout. We saw that last year. Cypress Pirate able to score in the break from long range at the line, as well as here's JJ again.
So JJ blocked away. What a play. Gets a block on one end and a dunk on the other.
That's the man, Brock Felder. I'm telling you, man, Parowan. Like, he balled out last week, Dusty, and I was just like, this kid is going to have himself a big year this year.
I really want to make a joke, but I won't. As on the other end. So welcome back. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you. With that scoreboard is fixed, and I'll get it updated. So Dane will get it set up with that first half, Dane. I mean, my goodness, the Americans just turned it on.
Yeah, they did. What a run. They were down, 10-2, 10-4, something like that, and been on a tear since. And really it was, as the reserves came in, saw a great burst from the Americans, and hey, they're picking it up. Dusty's still going. Cox just missing that.
He's going to lose dinner tonight for that one. The things we can say today that we can't say in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we're going to let this thing get down to 9:30, and we'll get everything up. So the clock's now live, and our score 2012. Everything's set. And let's go. So on the other end, there's a hang and a block.
And Kyson Hymas. Looks like he's grown a little bit since last year, doesn't it? He looks bigger.
Well, it's a funny thing that you think 1 year, what does that make a difference? And
makes a difference. I'll tell you, the poor man that he blocked on the other, Easton Duft, just a sophomore at Fremont this year. Of course, older sister
Haley
was a girls basketball player. Dad, assistant, now head man at Weaver State.
Head man. How
Can't
awesome.
wait, huh? Can't wait. Awesome.
It's always fun when you say, I knew them when, but now it's coaches. It's kind of fun.
And we're still sitting behind a mic.
Yeah, nothing's changed for us. Just places. And the 3 on the way won't go for Robinson. Rebound, then quickly come the other way is Martin. A little pocket pass, and now have a travel. No, I'm going to say that was a foul, and they'll inbound along the baseline. But how about this, that the list, I don't know if they wanted to share this or not, was sent to a plethora of coaches. This is part of why we're doing the Utah Top 50. So we have coaches all over the country, a chance to see the top players in the state of Utah that are Utah basketball players. As Hymas gives that up inside, a beautiful find, but can't get it. But the reason why is for guys like Brock Felder.
Yeah.
This young man playing the lowest classification in the state of Utah, plays 1A basketball, and give him a chance to get some exposure is Q Meza with the float and the finish. And it's 22-14.
Great job there by Q on the take. Again, we talked about his ability. He's such a tough player to defend because he can hit the 3, he'll drive like that, and he'll hit it at the line too. He's really quite versatile. And man, I think he's been debuting that here.
And, of course, he's been coached very well by Coach Trey Smith.
Yeah.
Cypress, who he and I share the same affliction of being Raider fans and watching us fall apart yesterday.
Hey, Cardinal Nation representing. Red
See
Sea,
red.
Rise Up, all sorts of hashtags going on now. We have our own plane, Dusty.
Just makes me sick. There's at the line, and I'm not mad at all. It's Mendoza gets the 1
I'm telling
2
you,
free throws.
okay, for those of you who know, we cover high school sports, right?
Yeah.
KSL Sports Rewind. You're going to want to cover, or you're going to want to follow us for our Layton coverage this year, because I got some good lines for Brock.
Okay.
Just saying. If you're a Simpsons fan, you're going to love it.
That's a tease.
Yes.
As
yes.
the fall away won't drop for Sam Lind. Is quickly on the push now with the Americans. They'll step back long two. Won't go for JJ. And now quickly on the other way is KQ Meza leading for the left-handed three, which is just short there from Atwater. As he's going to get a chance to shine this year, as so many seniors graduating from Davis, as there is a traveling violation on Cox.
That'll be an interesting program this year, won't it? Really, up
be.
north is going to be interesting because you talk about the changes at Davis. Obviously, Colin Chandler graduating. Fremont's going to be different.
Fremont's going to be another year older and a little better.
Farmington's going to be different.
Yeah.
Fremont is going to be more experienced.
The Layton's going to be more experienced.
Northridge loses Savulich.
Yeah.
That'll be a change.
Weber, they still got Skank, and so.
Yeah, they also have Dowdy.
Yeah, right.
We'll see him. Well, presuming we'll see him tonight. Saw him in week 1. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, you can try to dribble.
Hey,
that
Doug.
only works in the N1 Mix Tour, but that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched that, Doc, that's really good.
I have not watched that.
That's a really good one.
I never got into And1, so for me, that's a tough sell. Tough sell.
I watched it. I really enjoyed it. There's Meza sends over near side, Atwater. And you get a chance to watch him this year. Is, of course, Davis basketball, part of our Rewind Sports Network. Is Q Meza on the drive, can't get it. Oh, Felder can't get the putback, stays with it, and lays it in. And after a quick start for Felder, our scoreboard got mixed up as intern Preston strikes again. As Owen doesn't go. Let's get our scoreboard straight. I gave him on loan to Jeff Hansen. I let Jeff Hansen borrow him last week, and he messed up for Jeff Hansen too. Told him he's got a long leash. He even tweeted last week.
That's like the second tweet ever, right?
He went straight GIF, so obviously he follows.
Maybe Preston needs to worry a little bit more about doing his job before he gets to social media.
I just told him, hey, man, don't take what we do on the group chat and put it on the internet with using GIFs all the time. 4:14 on a rolling clock, and it'll be a rolling clock here in these games. There are two 20-minute halves. As there's a little break up there by Atwater, sent quickly ahead. Lind hangs, nice job finding the extra man, and Ashton Wallace, state champion Ashton Wallace, lays that one in.
Looks like he got a haircut, doesn't it?
Yes, that is a haircut.
Yeah.
Not quite the Kramer look, but got that one to go.
Here's the thing, though, man.
Jackson Workman.
If it's working, don't change it. So, look, just let that puppy grow for the rest of the year.
All I know is I saw him play against Duncanville as he takes it on the drive. Couldn't get it. Oh, Felder follows it up with the dunk, and the headband has never looked better this side of White Goodman. Terrific finish.
I'm kind of disappointed, Dusty, because he was going to be one of my sleepers for our coverage this year, and now that you've come, I got
train
nothing.
has started.
I got nothing.
Wallace had that one tipped away, and will be a foul as we near the 3-minute mark. Yeah, Mr. Felder's going to get his own update. This is the Bryson Barnes area of what we did back in football a couple years ago.
Hey, Parowan, it's not that far, Dusty. Maybe we need to go down to the Rams' home, huh?
We got to figure out
where they are.
Could
be a first time ever.
We need some preseason tournament stuff and figure out where they are. Pea soup. That sounds good. Because that one's short.
I got a place in St. George if you want. Just saying.
Come back to the other end here with Oakland. The three from Martin is good.
Good for Mackay. He's going to be so pivotal for Layton this year. Of course, KJ Miller coming back. We see Mendoza in this game. That can be a really good trio in the aforementioned Region 1.
Step back for Ashton won't go. Put back up and in
Easton
by
Duff.
Atwater.
Or no, yeah. Thank you.
You got to see him last week. I was down, and I've got our scoreboard a little different. Or I shouldn't say me, but
I had that last week too.
Preston had that.
Yeah.
As that shot won't go. So we'll match what's inside the arena. 7-point game on the drive. Atwater foul. That'll put him at the line, 1 for 2.
Love the little hesitation there by Atwater at the top of the paint to help create that driving lane for him. And really sets up the opportunity there to draw the contact and to get to the line here.
And those who don't know, during football season, I get to hang out in the studio. This is partly why I love doing these, which I love doing, is kind of gets me back into the flow of calling some games before Dane and I take over some state tournament stuff.
Yeah,
in football.
You get to come and live like the little man, Dusty. Us on the front lines. Get out of your corporate suite.
Yeah, the corporate suite's pretty sweet. That shot is a little long, and now on the push here with the Tropics is Easton Duff. Duff along the side here to Robinson, who's fouled on the drive. We'll get our clock straight here.
Now, I don't know how our officials will feel about this comment, but I'm going to beat Dusty to the punch. That's one where I think the restricted area, hoping to make that call in some regard, right? You have the arc there, and I know it's not a high school rule, but
it should be. It's the cheapest change that they could make. Because forever, which thank goodness we're going to get the shot clock this year, but that was always the cost, the prohibitive cost, the cost. And it's like, well, put down some tape.
And they will be running shot clocks here as this goes on. New floor, brand new scoring system here at Slick. It's a different environment, which is fantastic, but the scoring system for shot clocks, they're still working on getting that set up. We'll get that here in the top 50 here eventually.
Yeah. Well, we're still trying to figure out the clock mechanisms here as we stopped and started. But
I think it's inside of 2 minutes.
Yeah, under a minute we go. That shot won't go. Rebound out to the Tropics as we hit 50 seconds. So that clock on the screen is unofficial and off. Stuff back things out. Send to the angle. Cale Barclay can't get that one to drop.
A trade.
Nice job by Johnson and the +1 for the Alta big man. As we get the clock synced up here, 37 seconds.
Yeah, Grant the and one there on the finish by Johnson. Loved the no give up. Able to re-secure that after it looked like the rebound was going to go the other way.
Mackay Martin tried to find backside, and that one's taken away by the Tropics. And it'll be Ashton Wallace will walk it up the floor. Let's see if they hold for the final shot here.
How about the comeback from the Tropics? Now we've seen two deficits that have both been overcome, one by each side.
Wallace terminates, sends up top. 3 on the way from Barclay.
Oh,
bank it.
Harriman's been playing a lot of youth for that reason right there. Get him experience, hit big-time shots.
Workman at the horn. And that'll do it for the first half. The Tropics came out quick. Oakland got a lead, but the Tropics end up at the end of the first half up 3. You're watching the 2022 Utah Top 50.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
Start of the second quarter. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you here at the Utah Top 50, Week 2. And a 3-point lead for the Tropics. And Dane, a lot of guys showing out in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've got unofficial stats being, well, unofficial.
Those are official.
Official
Those
being
are
kept by the
official.
table here. I want to thank the crew here at the Top 50 helping us out. Boy, you look at first half. The first half for Felder. We talked about him. Dusty had 8 rebounds, 6 points in that first half. But the 8 rebounds, man, that is a game changer. Fantastic.
How about the take and finish there by Cale Barclay? 5 points there for Barclay. He hit the 3 before the end of the half. As Workman will float it up, a little short. Rebound taken and sent back out. Then that floater is good for Peter Broadbent.
I think Makai Martin, the junior at Layton, had the most offensive first half. 10 points for him, pair of threes and a couple of field goals.
Ashton Wallace thought maybe he was anticipating some contact, and there wasn't any.
And here's the great thing about the Top 50. We're not worrying about that, right?
Yeah.
Like, the point of this is flow and play and get out, and you'll get another opportunity. It's really, for the officials, just don't let it get out of control.
Right. Well, you don't see them begging for it either.
Right.
So then my question is, when we start playing in high school, why are we begging?
Well, and here's what I love, right? You look at the top rule in the Top 50, ball hog's not allowed.
Yeah.
And they stress that before the games. Look, guys, this is not about you. You're going to get plenty of opportunities, but this is about giving you an opportunity to go out, play with others, play against others. And they even kind of told me this week, hey, look, if it gets too kind of single, we'll stop it. And so it's very key here in this league, and it's been a blast to see.
Cox sends cross court to Workman. And now on the drive is Kyson Hymas. And that's a young man out at Copper Hills.
Yeah.
We can see them as well this year. Had a good year last year.
He did.
He had to be the man this year.
Yeah, that's an item for Kyson. We're going against that length and able to still get a shot away with an athletic drive. That's a good sign for his continuing development for the Grizz.
And Ashton Wallace with the bucket there. Steal here. He's got a man. And Wallace gives it up, makes the extra pass. And the 2 to Easton Duft. I can't believe Ashton Wallace is going to be a senior.
Crazy, huh?
I've said that for 17 years now, but I can't believe it always happens. Quickly on the other end, take the bump, get the bucket. Nice take and finish for Johnson, and that is a +1 and a timeout on the floor.
It's crazy to see these guys getting older, and we never do, Dusty.
Ever. We just stay the same age. Timeout.
Nope.
Let's keep them rolling. My bad. See, that's what I get.
You're good.
Being down last week.
The other thing that's awesome is a chance for these guys to get coaching from high-level coaches. Coach Kyle Taylor running the bench tonight for the Tropics. What an opportunity. Juniors and seniors get coaching from national running-up coach in Coach Taylor.
Felder felt that one coming up and blocked it away. 16.5 left is trying to get some space, and Cox with the block.
Good stick-to-itiveness there by JJ.
In transition, 3 from Martin.
Money.
13 points from Makai Martin.
Great night for him.
Q Mason.
Started as a freshman, if I recall. He and KJ, and just kind of knew that program is going to be building, and great development.
And Johnson from the, I'm going to take a shot at this, from the long list of Johnsons. Jeff and Britton.
At Crimson Cliffs?
Oh, no, I'll take it back. He wears 31. He's got a little orangish hair tinge there. I didn't see the school.
I mean, maybe the family moved.
I messed up. No, I don't think Britton moved down there. Maybe he did.
I don't know.
That's the last time he was in Draper, because that shot doesn't go. We know Jeff is in the North Salt Lake area, because he's an assistant coach at Woods Cross. Come back the other way. Jackknife it up and in. That's 4 straight points for Johnson.
If nothing else,
he's an honorary member of the family.
He's got good flow, if nothing else, right? Guy could be a hockey player.
I suppose. It's Ian. Oh, probably it's O-N. No, we'll get it right. But it is Ian.
It's Ian.
Yeah, Houston Johnson.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them running around.
Related somehow.
Meza.
Guess
and a
who?
put back in by Felder. Just love what we've seen out of Felder.
Yeah. Great versatility. Love the hustle. I think the physicality's there. He's certainly shown that he can be active physically as well.
And look at this. Just a little sloppy here, and Q Meza will get the easy 2. Didn't go in easily. And
look, we're all about player safety. It's why it's not a hard board over there. Q went crashing into the tarp and able to get up and get the finish on the break. Don't have that give at Cypress High.
No, they do. That's a brick wall.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Not a lot of those gyms left like that. There's a strong take and finish by that was Broadbent. You know, there were so many of those gyms when we started as Q Meza on this end. I mean, there was Olympus, which was the shortest court in the state, then Highland, and then there was the all down south, America Fork and Lehigh, all had that brick wall right behind the basket. And now it's just left in region 2. Oh, that's right. Pleasant Grove was the same way. Well, those are all the same gyms, and now they're all the same gyms again.
Yeah.
Just a little nicer.
Very different.
These Lone Peak fans wondering, where's our
find.
nice gym? As Felder lays that one up and in.
How about the vision from Q? We talk about how difficult it is to guard him, and look, he gets going like that, pulls the defense out, and then a guy like Brock Felder able to slide behind and finish.
You know, and here's one thing I'll say about Q Meza that I've always enjoyed is that we've got a lot of guys that can score. He's a willing passer.
Yeah. And he still scores 25 a night.
Right. Oh, and that one rattles home for Broadbent. Didn't want to go down. He willed it in.
Good stroke there. Desperately needed points there for the Americans.
Tropics up by 13. As Atwater pull up J doesn't drop. Broadbent on the push. Now he'll look and send it over to Cox. Will drive the baseline. Got hung up in the air. When you leave your feet, you got to know what you're going to do. And turns it over, and it'll be. Actually, no, it didn't stay. It'll stay here, not turned over. So 12.5 left here in the second half. As Cox pirouette in the lane, fall away. Got it. Now cooking in the other end is Meza.
That's great help defense by Cox. Coming over, taking it away, and Meza able to hang and hit.
In the state tournament, that's a +1, and Dusty losing his voice. So there's a dunk on the other end.
Regardless of the frame in which it occurs.
They got it! Is Lyman Simmons with the dunk.
We're in preseason mode. We'll build to that. We'll build to that.
Just try not to go a little too nuts here. Is Ashton Wallace stares down a 3 and lets it just short.
Look good.
Online. 6 inches, a little deeper. He's got it. Does that 3 won't go? But 6 inches the other way, he misses everything.
I caught that. I never thought of it like that before. You know?
As Felder gets that one to drop.
He's going to be a lot of 1A Bizarro world this year, Dusty. They're not going to know what to do with him.
Not since Kalen Parsons and Slade Bigelow when they won the 1A state championship for Green River.
Beautiful area, though.
Parowan?
Yeah.
It is. As Broadbent straight away for 3, left that one short. Nice save. Simmons sends back up top. Martin again, another look for Broadbent. Straight away and got the second.
Great ball movement. I mean, you have the hustle there to keep that in by Charlie Smith out of Bountiful. And then extra pass from Martin, able to get it back to Broadbent to hit it. Charlie Smith, the young man we've not talked about yet, son of Coach Craig Smith at Utah. And expecting big things from him at Bountiful this year.
And there's
actually, I think I was wrong. I think it's Carson Smith, not Charlie.
I'm trying to remember, and I rely on you. 10 minutes left. Tip up and in, and that'll give us our break. Here with 10 minutes to go in this one, and it is the Tropics up by 14. You're watching the 2022 Utah Top 50. Welcome back in Salt Lake Community College. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. I want to remind you that Athletic Republic has built the success of helping each athlete achieve their goals through individual approach and training. Our off-court conditioning works on developing a faster first step, quick change of direction, the explosive power needed to elevate, and the stamina to play as well as in the closing minutes as you do just after tip-off. And that's Athletic Republic. One thing that you're supporting the Utah Top 50, and also I think Mountain America jumping in as well.
Yeah, Athletic Republic, locations Lehigh, West Jordan, up north as well. And, man, I had a chance to talk with them last week. Great sponsors here at the Top 50. And, look, second year of this showcase. Great to see it growing and giving more and more kids exposure. And we've got Top 50 games for you here for the next 3 weeks. 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
And then we'll have the next, which will be kind of the next kids coming up in that top 50 consideration. That'll be on the week of the 17th before we have our medal games, our championships on the 24th. So we got great basketball for you right here from Salt Lake Community College for the next 6 weeks right here.
Yeah. And we'll see about championship day and some great things in store here in year 2, and just seeing this continue to grow as Martin left that a little short. Atwater with the rebound. Extra pass, and the 3 on the way is short for the Tropics. How about the hustle there by Atwater? Coach Sims is going to love that hustle as we will stay here with the Tropics.
Good way to get on the floor at Davis.
Yes. Again, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Sims has and coming up in the program after 2 spectacular years, a state championship run, and last year's the shocking loss in the second round. But what do they have coming back this year?
That Syracuse team caught a lot of teams by surprise.
Oh, man.
Lone Peak saying the same thing, Dusty.
Mm-hmm. How about the take and finish there by Jackson Johnson? That Alta team in 5A. Oh, how about Region 7, for heaven's sakes? Alta, Timpview, Lehigh. Oh, and how about, they didn't give him continuation in the top 50?
No.
They're saying nay.
That'll be interesting. Orem. I know they graduated some talent.
Mm-hmm.
They got some guys coming back. Coach Wildeboer.
Where Region 7 football has some separation outside of Lehigh and Timpview in football, basketball is going to be just murderer's row for 5A.
And I'm telling you, there's a newcomer to Alta, folks. That is going to be another force to be dealt with. Mm-hmm. Good luck.
As Cox holds on the 3, couldn't get it to drop. Back inside and just playing a little bit of bully ball with the defender on his hip was J.J.
It's Mendoza.
Oh, that was Mendoza, pardon me. And give him the +1. So 66-53.
We joke Kobe Miller having the secret sauce there to growing bigs up in Layton. Sprinkle in a little extra calcium and just let those bones grow.
Yeah, if you're not doing calcium deposits, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're missing the opportunity.
I'll go home and remind that to my wife about Detmer. As says this one up top, Duffed in the lane, floats it, and scores it. Excited to see him play this year.
I was going to say, you look at a kid like Easton Duft, and look, he's probably one of the shorter players in the top 50, but what an opportunity for him to come out and to learn what it's going to be like to play against the length that we have here in the state of Utah, and to give him that experience. Just a sophomore, he's got a lot of time ahead of him, and, I mean, he's going to be a fun one to watch for years to come.
On the other end, that's Robinson wisely holding up. Little crossover, give it up. Step back 2 is good for Barclay.
Yeah, he's having a really good week 2 here. Good to see. And we talk about Harriman, the steps they hope to take this year, and Kale's going to be a really important cog for the Mustangs.
Cox with a blow by and then the foul from behind. Welcome into Salt Lake Community College, Lifetime Athletic Center. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. Week 2 of the Utah Top 50. Game 2, week 2 tonight, between the Anaheim Amigos and the Dallas Chaparrals. Dane, a lot of fun. We saw game 1 with Way of the Flint Tropics, but this, as we're going to say in every game, a lot of talent on the floor. You get a chance to see many of the top 50 best high school basketball players in the state of Utah.
Yeah, we alluded to it in game number 1. And guess who's in this one, Dusty? Chudy. You get to see Chudy Anosike, one of the highlight players for the Dallas Chaparrals. Owen Odom, sophomore at Green Canyon. Of course, his dad, head coach of Utah State, so excited to see him play. And, Paul Beatty, Farmington, was a youngster last year, going to be a junior this year at Farmington. He had a really nice week 1 to help pace the Chaparrals. And you look at Anaheim, you've got Ace Reiser, Jackson Smith, Matani Hinckley, and then how about Jager Frankham, the junior post at Ridgeline. There's going to be a lot on his shoulders this year. A lot of good players. Excited to see him.
And, of course, one of your favorites, Jackson Smith.
Yes.
Young man out of Woods Cross. And then, of course, for Anaheim, you got a Skank down on the floor. It feels like for as long as we've been doing games, there's been a Skank playing in the state of Utah. As James Rust, young man from Tintiu with the layup.
You know, last week I kept calling Hunter Skank Hudson Skank because the family, man. So anyway, the Skank family here tonight, and appreciate them reaching out and getting that cleared with us. This is Hunter here, the junior at Weber this year.
The oldest brother didn't rock the hair that he's rocking now when he played at Weber and then down at UVU. Hayden. There's a 3 from Chudy, won't go. And rebound taken by the Chaparrals.
Of course, I'm heading through Dallas tomorrow. I wonder if I'll be on the same flight as the Chaparrals.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, you like that? I don't think so.
Make sure you go hit a Torchy's Tacos.
No, see, the key was I'm going through Dallas. It's not.
There's always time to go stop at Torchy's Tacos.
No, there's not. Plus, I don't know if tacos are good at 9 a.m. in the morning.
No. You get the chips and queso.
Breakfast taco?
Chips and queso. Trust me.
Okay, all right.
There's a Worcestershire out there that turned me on to it. Now I go there like 4 times when I'm in Dallas or Austin or Houston.
I'll tell you, this kid right here, Matani Hinckley, I love what we've seen from him. He was here last year in the top 50, going to be a senior this year at Brighton. And he's just kind of a blue-collar guy, does a little bit of everything. Love what he brings to the floor.
As Allen goes over on the angle to Hinckley. Pump 3 here from Nash Schroeder on the take, and he's fouled by Skank. And that'll put Schroeder, the young man out of Pineview High School. I love seeing the Southern Utah kids make their way up here to play in these games.
I hope they get school off tomorrow. They should.
They're used to the travel. Now, not when they're in region play. But, last year, remember, we did games where we had St. George schools come up and play up here and then go back down as Skank knocks down the 3. And it's a 5-0 start here for the Amigos.
Chaparrals.
Or get our crack statistician to fix the scoreboard. Preston again just enjoying that long leash. It's a quick 7-0 start here for the Chaparrals. As that 3 on the outside will not drop for Jackson Smith.
Yeah, good look there for the Wildcat.
Here's Chudy Onosike, young man from Murray High School, was our 5A Offensive Player of the Year a year ago.
Beatty.
Beautiful give and go on the screen and roll, but Beatty couldn't get that one to drop.
I'm really excited to see him at Farmington this year. Was kind of a complimentary player last year, and I think Coach Walkenhurst is probably going to highlight him a lot more. I'm excited to see what he'll bring.
That's a long, well, I thought it was going to be long too, but it's a 3 for Jackson Smith. And now the Amigos, the 3 Amigos, knocks it down.
Quality film.
Absolutely. At any time. As there's a nice find inside and the layup for Logan Deal.
Deal had a big week 1, and he was a handful for Davis this last year when Skyview came down to play him. Really burst on the scene, and he's got a running mate up at Skyview as well, and Tanner Davis. That's a solid 1-2 punch for the Bobcats, who will be a force up north this year.
So again, if you're just tuning in, a quick start here for the Chaparrals. Is that what goes out of bounds and will stay here? And but if you're just joining us, it's a continuing clock till the 10-minute mark where we have a media break. But the clock will only stop under 2 minutes left in either half. There's a ball on the baseline. Send up. The 3 on the way is short from Malcolm Johnson. Rebound to Skank. Skank on the drive. Leaves that one along the baseline. Nice job of hanging around, but can't get the bunny to drop for Logan Deal.
You know why? Jagger Frankham in the block there, and got basketball in the bloodlines there. There's a tie. We'll have to get to that a little bit. I got something special, Dusty.
Nice. Smith with the rip. And then nice feed and the finish on the other end there for Jagger Frankham.
Off the backboard, just like the glory days of the old matriarch of the home. Centennial Patriots used to go off the glass like that all the time.
Mama Frankham?
Yes. Former classmate of mine, actually.
Hey.
Huh?
Well, that doesn't make you feel old.
No kidding, huh? So anyway, Jagger's going to get a lot of talk this year on Rewind. Can't wait.
Finally, Uncle Dane gets to show up.
Right. Good work there.
And Beatty gives that one up. Chudy Onosike, step back 3. Wet. And a 12-7 start here for the Chaparrals. Send this one inside. Frankham, a little strong. Rebound to Onosike. Excited to see what Murray's going to have this year. Got to the semifinals last year. And Chudy, straightaway 3, no. And that one goes out of bounds. And we'll have some subs. But that 5A classification in the state of Utah, another year it's going to be a dogfight. Woods Cross coming back was runner-up a year ago. We talked about Lehigh, Timpview, Alta. Murray, Olympus. Oh.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, though.
And you can't ever count out Springville.
Ever. Did they got a Vicentin?
I don't know. Yeah. Wasn't he a junior last year?
I think so, yeah. A senior Vicentin.
Now, I don't know if they have a guard who can drop 50 in the playoffs, but...
do have a Nadald, but it's not that Nadald.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun year.
It's why I like doing this in the middle of football season, because I feel much more primed when we get ready in November.
This is our prep. Then we don't have to do anything until Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. There's the jumper is good for Ace Reiser.
Got any more of that gum?
Nice, Ace.
Yeah.
It's a personal question. And he shuffled his feet. Got a little excited for the opportunity there. And a turnover will go down the other way with the Amigos.
How about Mitch Jepson, former Davis Dart, transferred over to Viewmont, playing football this year for Coach Drew Jones, and good enough to play in the top 50 as well. You're going to see a lot of those Viewmont athletes play multiple sports the upcoming years.
And how about that, Ace? Knocks down the 3, and it's tied up at 12.
He's good.
Very, very good. And there's a baseline take, would not go down. That was Tanner Davis couldn't get that one to go. Reiser was looking for 7 straight points, didn't get it. Now quick on the push. A little pressure from behind and able to get that up and in. Jackson Smith. Cut the hair. Doesn't look the same, but it plays the same.
It was Hunter Hansen.
Or probably Hunter Hansen. Well, that's
Fremont
the young man out
Silverwolf.
of Fremont.
Yep. And Utah State commit, his coach.
Yeah.
Could be in the building tonight watching his son, if Owen's here.
As Tanner Davis lays that one up and in. Probably Chaparral's now leads 16-12. Our fans might notice the screen's going to change a little bit at our break. Might try to swap it so that the colors
align with the jerseys.
Yeah. So help Preston out. On the take, send out now to the corner. The 3 off the mark from Hansen. And the rebound taken by Smith. Oh, such a good pass in right in the back. Hinckley didn't see it.
Has help.
Back the other way, and a layup is good. And the Chaparrals are all tied up at 16. We'll match what's inside the arena. And the 3 from Smith won't go. Rebound in the hands of Hinckley. Hinckley short on the 3.
One of the things to keep an eye on tonight, short bench for the Amigos. Just 6 players or 7 players suited up. So they're going to have extended minutes tonight.
The rosters each have 10 to try to help out and keep guys from having to go. Like Diego Mulford last year playing 4 games a night. Although Diego just got him warmed up for when his team played. As this will be the final play before our stoppage. Send to the corner. Hinckley will pull for 3 and hit.
Matani.
The Amigos.
Able to drill it from the corner as the Amigos taking the lead.
They take the 3-point lead. Our under 10 stoppage. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back. You're watching Utah Top 50, brought to you by Athletic Republic. And welcome back in, Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. I want to remind you that Athletic Republic has built its success on helping each athlete achieve their goals individually. Their off-court conditioning works on developing a faster first step, quicker change of direction, explosive power needed to elevate, and the stamina to go as well in the closing minutes as you do just after tip-off. Again, I want to thank Athletic Republic for supporting Utah Top 50.
Great defense there by Malcolm Johnson, able to play strong in the paint, and then the Amigos trying to get a quick run out. Just a little too hot for Matani to handle.
Also, I want to thank Mountain America. As year 2, things have gone, this is just going to continue to grow. And I think a lot of it's a great experience that the kids had a year ago, and they're going to have this year as well. The loud fans this year, last year was not as much COVID as other. They wanted to keep everything calm. But I'll give it to their fans that have come. I mean, you like to hear cheering and things, but it's also that there's no yelling at officials, no getting after people. Very much just enjoying watching basketball.
And great, you talk about the growth of this. Of course, they've got Odyssey bars at the fueling station this year, and they've got clothing, gear, and you can go out and purchase. It's second year, and this event continues to grow and get stronger and stronger. And you look at the field this year, and last year they were a little late, right, in getting going. But man, strong field this year, and it's continuing to grow. And we talk about the next. That's going to be really the next players that you can expect to see in this great showcase in the years to come.
Chudiana Sike And this young man that really benefited, at least from us, getting to see him play. We saw him, we knew about him from Murray, but getting to see him put on the show was like, okay, we'll dot that kid going into our coverage in the fall.
His shoe game maybe took a bit of I don't want to say a step back, but we don't have the alternating shoes for Chudy.
Well, when someone from another school steals your look, normally you take it as a compliment, and it's like, well, let's see if they follow suit. As the step back doesn't go. And I'm trying to remember his answer. We asked if he bought 2 pairs of shoes or not. I don't remember if he said yes or no to that.
Look, he's still got nice kicks. I mean, I'm not, berating it at all.
Problem is that Jackson Workman might have beat him tonight as Skank knocks down his second 3. Just to throw out a little competition there. Because Jackson probably stole him from his dad.
Who's his dad?
Coach Workman.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's our running joke.
You're right.
It's our running joke. Come on, Dusty.
Well, not till we get to, you're right. Not till we get to the big games.
I introduced myself to him last week.
We don't see him during the regular season. It leaves that one on a CK and Chudy. Wide open 3, and the third, or his second 3, and the second consecutive 3 here for the Chaparrals.
Maybe a different look on the footwear, but same result for Chudy.
Ahead to Skank.
Oh, man.
Couldn't get that one to go, and the follow-up is there by Logan Deal. And then a timeout here for the Amigos.
What's the deal, huh? Logan able to get the tap in, push the lead to 7.
They're dealing as they're going to take the timeout, but we know they were pretty quick. But we'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
Again, want to thank Mountain America for being a supporter of Utah Top 50, but also Athletic Republic's also a terrific supporter. And this is training for any age, at any level. Basketball is a physically demanding sport. By focusing on acceleration, agility, and power, they can give players in every position the tools to be more successful on game day. And that's Athletic Republic. So without another timeout, we'll have no stoppage until under 2 minutes. And if you're just tuning in, you didn't know about the names, these are old ADA teams for the names.
Yeah, we've got an Amigo fan just to the right of us here. Got the old Anaheim cap going, and
he's only one of the 2 of us still sporting that right now. Is that would not drop.
Look, at least you guys had a June. I mean, some of us, our teams stop in May. So
well, we did stop in May because June was not kind to us. That's where it all ended.
Okay.
If I could go back to May, I would. That would not go. The follow-up finally put in there by Malcolm Johnson, young man out of Harriman. Of course, speaking of the Angels, they'll hopefully just move back to Anaheim or just claim California altogether. As that one sent back up top to Skank. And Skank's jumper would not drop. And rebound taken by the Amigos and Jackson Smith.
Love the shiftiness there of Skank. Really kind of froze his defender, allowed him to get that free pull-up from 15.
Long 2 from Smith, wouldn't drop. And rebound now in the hands of the Chaparrals. And Chudy Anasike wisely held up on that pass. Now on the drive, got around the defender, left a little strong. Nice job of sticking with it there by Logan Deal.
Yeah, able to deal with Hinckley. I mean, that's a 4A post against a 5A post, and Deal looking good.
They work it around to the corner. That's Johnson.
We saw Harriman Mustang in our first game, and Malcolm Johnson another one. He's been a bit of a physical body tonight, able to hit that 3, showing versatility to his game.
Inside out, 3 from the corner, won't go. And rebound claimed by Johnson.
We talked about Region 7. That was James Rust from the corner, just missed. That's a shot he can hit. And he's sure to be a deadly force this year for the T-Birds.
And Jackson Allen knocks down the 3, and it's a 1-point game here for the Amigos. Where there was deficit they'll be there. When there's a three to be made, they'll be there. That's how it goes off the hands of the Chaparrals.
They're so famous, they're infamous.
They're so deadly, they can get the Invisible Man.
Invisible Swordsman.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah. Just looking for the singing bush.
On the drive, leaves it hanging and then blocked away by Yanosike. Logan Beatty wanted some love on that too. So it was Yanosike and Beatty, and that one out of bounds, and it'll be Amigo basketball. Low scoring affair. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't say that because
our last time was
32-29. I always forget after the media timeout that it wasn't actually halftime. As Smith, that's on the angle, back into Smith.
Oh,
nice move and finish there by Jagger.
That might be Papa Bear right there, former. I think I'm going to have to go back to my notes. But Papa played college basketball, showing his versatility there in the paint.
He wasn't a Patriot as well?
No, he was not. Mother was.
The great state of Utah, Frankham? So maybe Pleasant Grove?
I think actually down south, if I recall correctly. But
send out, range not there for Jagger. Hanson comes off the screen. Nice feed inside, and the layup
Beatty
is there for Beatty.
Is it Beatty? Beatty?
I've heard both ways, and so I kind of just pick one and I stick until.
Nice finish for Paul.
32-29. Three is good.
We saw Ace hit a couple shots earlier, and that time you see that drive and the kick out, able to find Allen for the triple. And man, you talk about players that are tough to guard. We just saw Quentin Meza and Ace Reiser, kind of along those same lines, can score it, but certainly looks for his teammate more than points, and that usually leads to good things.
And Davis drives and finishes, and it's a 2-point lead for the Chaparrals. It's like Beatty, Beatty, Chaparrals. Frankham, a little too strong with the left hand. Hanson on the drive. The finish won't go. Frankham with the rebound.
Good burst there by Hanson. Maybe had a little too much.
And Allen fouled on the drive. As the clock will stop. And we'll inbound along the baseline. It was already running. Three straight away for Frankham. Won't go. And the rebound claimed by Owen Odom. Owen slapped away. On the push with Reiser. Ace with the blow-by. Hangs and is fouled. We'll let the clock sync up with the game clock. As that'll put Reiser at the line to shoot 1 for 2.
It's crazy that Ace is going to be a junior. It feels like he's been on the floor for such a long time.
Yeah, he was a freshman.
Yeah. It's amazing how like some careers just go by really fast, and someone's like, man.
Feels like you've been there forever.
Yeah.
Of course, that was like Tyler Haws,
yep.
C.J. Wilcox when he first started.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a steal. Ooh. Rylan Jones never felt that long.
He did for opponents, but not for us.
He ran that fast. And he didn't stop the clock when that ball went out of bounds, but that one fall away, a little too strong. Offensive board and the AK-47 finish there for Tanner Davis. Three from Reiser.
Oh, man. What a transition, from range.
And a 1-point advantage. Reiser at the horn. Left it short. And now I'll do it for the first half. It is the Migos leading the Chaparrals 37-36 at the break. You're watching Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com. Now we're back in at halftime. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you. Halftime score, the Anaheim Amigos 37, the Dallas Chaparrals 36. Remind you that the Utah Top 50 is brought to you by Athletic Republic. Balance, condition, and stability are essential for nearly every movement with or without the ball. Dynamic stability means maintaining body control in all directions and stability under all situations, even at full speed. Our proven progression utilizing plyometric drills, some multi-hit machine, and core technology improves dynamic stability. And again, that's Athletic Republic, will make you better on the floor of basketball. And pleased to be joined by, here's one of the great reasons why we come to the Utah Top 50 is that we also get coaches as well at the next level. And we're here with Salt Lake Community College's CJ Killen, assistant coach here for the Bruins. And Coach, first of all, how fun is it to be able to get to see these guys? You see them during AAU, but now you get a little more enclosed with local guys here at Utah Top 50.
Yeah, it's great. They put together a phenomenal event here and get a chance to see and evaluate all the top players in the state of Utah, and being able to do it in our own gym makes it even better. So it's been a great event, and we're really enjoying being able to come out and watch it.
Coach, one of the things that's really fun about this is the fact that it's coaching staff that is helping run these respective benches. What has that been like for the coaching staff to be able to engage at that level here with the Top 50?
Been a lot of fun. I coached myself last week, and you get a chance to work with these kids a little more one-on-one, get to know them a little better, and it's really just a great opportunity to get a better feel for the kids. They get a feel for you, get a chance to be coached by guys who coach at the college level, which is where all these kids want to end up. So it's really a win-win for everyone.
Talk about some more of the benefits is that you actually get to know the kids, right? This is more than just go watch a showcase and maybe they get some time, but really for you to get to know them better. How does that benefit the kids?
It's really good for both of us. Again, obviously, they get a feel for what the college level can be like and what we kind of expect at our level, and then we get a chance to, build a better relationship with the kid. And these are kids that we'll probably recruit somewhere down the road. Maybe not every single one, but there is a good handful of these kids who will be recruited by us. So it's great.
Coach, you talk about that, and I think every kid has dreams of playing basketball at the next level. What's the item that you feel like is maybe the thing that is most unknown or that kids really don't realize in their high school years to help set them up to be able to find those opportunities or success and have those playing opportunities?
Yeah, I would say specifically, I'll speak to the level we're at, junior college, just how talented the level is and how many good players there are. Our league, Snow, Southern Idaho, Eastern Utah, Southern Nevada, there's a ton of great teams, great competition, and it's really a high level. So there's great players everywhere at all levels of college basketball, and I think this is a good opportunity for these guys to see night in and night out. This is the type of talent you're going to see. Now, obviously, this isn't a typical high school setting in Utah. These are the best players out here, so that's more college-like than anything these kids could find in the state.
And, Coach, keep a plug for, playing community college. There's a stigma a little bit in the state that's not D1, maybe you're not that good. This is simply not true. Can you help get that stigma out?
Honestly, if you look back at what we did last year, we had 8 players move on to the Division I level from mid to low to high major, and a lot of great opportunities for those kids moving forward in their careers. And we had 3 teams from our league qualify for the national tournament, 3 teams in the top 25. I think total our league produced about 18 Division I players last year. So a ton of guys moving on, a ton of opportunities. So it's a really good level and a great opportunity for guys to kind of get their feet wet and get ready for the next level of college at the 4-year level.
You guys have recruited the state, through this staff and prior staffs and had that great run, like great season and the postseason run. Talk about what that was like for that locker room and just what the experience was for that group last year.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. Obviously, winning 35 games in a year, that's pretty unheard of, at any college program. So we were very fortunate that way. And we had a great group of kids that really came together as one and sacrificed, a lot of their own individual goals and individual wants for the better of the team. And at the end of the day, we got to the national championship game, and 8 guys moved on to Division I. We got a few of those guys back. They'll all play Division I as well. So really, really just a fun year, and fun to see these guys move on to some great opportunities in life.
Well, not that you get to boast a guy that played in the NBA Finals as an alum, so that always always helps.
That's
GP
awesome.
too.
Yeah, great recruiting material right now for us.
One of the two of us is a big Gary Payton fan, but I'm the one that brings him up. So.
He had a great year. Hey, he was huge in the finals. He was huge.
Well, Coach, we certainly appreciate your time and coming joining us here. And
appreciate you guys. Thanks for what you're doing for the game.
But
Thanks, Coach.
Well, we love it. We appreciate it, but best of luck to you this year.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach Killen at Salt Lake Community College. And I think it's what we enjoy so much about this setting because, sanctioned and everything else, these kids get a chance to be around coaches. I think that advantage is they get to know them as people and not just as a prospect.
Well, I think the other thing is that it does open their eyes a little bit, and it's why we asked them, some of the questions we did is, I think a lot of people see a college basketball player, they maybe play against them and pick them and think, I can compete at that level, but it's like, no, it's something else, right? And there's what maybe people perceive and what's real. And so a great opportunity for them to realize what it's like to play against, top talent, to play for, coaches that coach top talent. He mentioned it, but this is a team that was a national finalist last year and, had a fantastic regular season. Like, it is not easy to go play junior college basketball. And, it's a great level. There's great talent there, and it takes a lot of work and dedication.
And that was a 3 out of the corner there by Hinckley. And a 5-point advantage here for the Amigos is inside. Logan Deal a little too strong off the hand there. As Reiser brings it, gives out to Allen. Allen pumped the 3, floated a little strong, and the rebound taken by James Rust. Yeah, I think there's just a misnomer that if you're not going to Division I, maybe you're not that good. That's why I asked that question too, because, it's just further from the truth. This opportunity to play at the next level is a great opportunity. Well, and you go make the best of your opportunities out there as well.
And I think the other thing is that even he said they had 8 players move on last year. Their roster, we didn't ask them roster size, but it's in the 15-16 range. And, it's a 2-year program. You do the math. Between red shirts and gray shirts and all that, it's like you don't have a lot of opportunities. And so, look, everyone has dreams of going and playing at the Y or playing at the U or the Utah State. But the reality is there's few slots at any level. Mm-hmm. And so whatever opportunity you get, there's the opportunity to go prove it. And I'm so thrilled you mentioned Gary Payton II for multiple reasons, but that's a young man who, didn't have great opportunities out of high school, comes here, capitalizes on the opportunity, goes D1, and then goes to the pros and has to work through the G League. And, man, if you're willing to put in the work and stick with it, there are really some amazing potential opportunities out there.
Nash Schroeder with a terrific finish. Want to make sure we shout that one out as that goes out of bounds. And yeah, and there's always been names. Paris Jackson was a guy that wouldn't start at Baylor, that first was at Southern Idaho. Harold Arsenault, he's still one of the biggest names he brought up at March Madness. Why I bring him up? Because I used to shoot free throws with him in Price, him and Eddie Gill. Back in the day, we were both at CEU. I don't say the other name that they're called by now, but, it was a blast to know them then. And I say that tongue-in-cheek. But, yeah, there's always guys.
Yeah.
That still go play. And JC is not the knock that some guys take it is. And there's a nice take and finisher by Skank.
Well, and I think the other thing that, just to harbor on that point, you heard Coach Killen say, we had 8 players move on from the program to D1. And so, if this becomes a stop for you to help grow your game, play fantastic basketball against great competition. Robert Whaley's not at Slick, but he's a CSI guy right now, same league, and he's got a handful of D1 offers. And so, look, there's multiple ways to get to where you want to go, and great opportunity here.
Absolutely. 48-43 is Hinckley. Fall away, a little wide of the mark.
And I'll add this last year. For those of you who are wondering, well, how do I get an opportunity at Slick? There's a certain coach in the state who he has shared that son got an opportunity because he came and played in the top 50. And if that's what this is meant to do, is help to give offers and looks to players that have that ability and maybe just haven't been able to showcase it or haven't been able to get displayed or seen. And that's what this is meant to do, and was effective in year 1 and year 2 certainly on that trajectory.
How about Pine View's Nash Schroeder? 2 terrific finishes. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back. You're watching Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's a perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
So out of the timeout, Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you, and hope you enjoyed the conversation there with Coach Killen. We'll try to stay on the game, but also try to get what the whole thing's all about. Exposure, get these guys to the next level. But a 7-point lead for the Anaheim Amigos. They've been able to get some shots to drop as Skank. Terrific job on the change of pace there, but misses on the jumper. And down the floor now with Smith. Frankham with good vision there. You know where Frankham's definitely going to get a lot of love is his dad played at CEU. He's a Golden Eagle. The right version of CEU.
Yeah, so now we got multiple reasons to talk about.
Oh, he's getting lots of love now.
Plus, look, his name is Jagger. I mean, like...
That's made for the top 50.
I love it.
Yeah. That is our top 5 plays. That name is just... He was born to be on the top 5 plays.
I'll tell you, Coach Day, really excited about what he'll bring to Ridgeline this year. Talks about great teammate, good passer, and still kind of growing into the body a little bit. But man, you can kind of see he's got tools and he's got size. He'll be a really good piece this year.
Nice take and finisher by Paul Beatty. 52-45. 3 on the way, and good from Smith.
Ah, yes.
We know that one. Such a great year last year for Woods Cross, the runners-up. Bettinger was spectacular, but Jackson Smith was one of the major cogs that made that all work. Is the take and finish by Owen Odom.
They only lost 1 game where I was on the call, and that was in the state championship. I thought about not showing up to state championship Saturday just to help them, but I guess I would have hurt him, huh?
It would have hurt him because he would have been on the call.
Yeah.
It had to go one way or the other.
Had to go.
It's like why you don't talk to the guy who's pitching a no-hitter. It's like, hey, look, it's going to happen or it's not. There's the jumper is good by Tanner Davis. Is on the drive. Oh, nice look. And cut by Hinckley. He is fouled as he wanted to go for the dunk. Went for it anyway.
Malcolm Johnson there with the baseline. We saw him step out, hit a 3. And now nice movement without the basketball. Tell you, Coach Gummersall has himself a good one here in the upcoming junior, Malcolm Johnson.
We saw him last year have some really good games against Copper Hills. I think one in particular where they had been struggling as a team, and they came out like a house of fire, and a lot of it was Johnson. The way he got things going. He had a couple of games in the 30s last year. And as Hansen lets it hang and can't get the jumper to fall.
I was trying to think of another Alice Cooper reference. I was kind of left with schools out. That's all I had.
Poison.
Yeah,
Be My Frankenstein.
That's not a good one.
Poison?
No, it's a great song,
okay.
But in the context of a player playing basketball, it's like, yeah, he's poison. I mean, that doesn't, that's not like that's.
You're right.
And he's not. I don't.
No, he's not at all.
Yeah,
no, you're right. There you go. See, Vince Francis in mid-season form over here. You think he was writing and producing our top 5 plays every week? He does come up with the headlines for each play. Or each bracket of plays. Oh, as that one goes through the hands of Frankham. A little too hot to handle there from Ace Reiser.
Yeah, looking for the no-look pass there. Media
timeout. We'll take it. You are watching the Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com. And welcome back in. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you here on week 2 of Utah Top 50. Now, we talk about all the things at Athletic Republic. One is recovery. Something we all have to be preparing for is for the next workout begins. The moment the last workout ends, athletes have control over the recovery process at Athletic Republic. But it's about the workout. It's about the recovery after the workout that's going to keep you from getting injured as well. It's about the warm down as much as it is about the warm up, and Athletic Republic is there to help you be at your best. And out of the timeout, coming down, the quick jumper would not drop for Davis. 10-point advantage for the Amigos.
taking on their own personal El Guapos.
We all have an El Guapo.
Yes, yes.
For some, it's a cold spot here with the shot. As oh man, there's a lid on this end of the floor. Deal could not get that one to go. A plethora of near makes and misses. A nice give and go inside to Reiser. Give it back up. Johnson. A little fall away in the paint. Too strong. Frankham with the board. And going to get the Region 1 charge as we'll go down the other end of the floor.
Region 1 charge?
You never heard me say that?
No.
Kelby Miller's here. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Gee. That's at Dusty Litster on Twitter.
I've said it in the middle of a podcast. You're guaranteed at least one time a game for a charge. And that one was actually further away from the hoop than the normal Region 1 charge. But normally it's on a layup on a fast break, and someone's literally underneath the backboard, and there's a charge call.
I think I remember that in Layton versus Davis, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a tip up and in by Johnson. A little hot potato action there on the jump 21 tip in.
Unfortunately, you can't clear the scores here.
Oh, back to 12. And the Region 4 charge on that one.
Gosh.
Wipe off the bucket. We have better relationships with officials than we did some 7 years ago, so I can make these jokes. And
we used to. We used to.
They know it's a jest. I mean, we're in the off season.
We actually did have an official come up to us before the game and talk to us, so that was a win.
We got a lot of them. I mean, there's a take in the finish by Allen.
And for those of you that think that these officials have preferences, he even came up and said, "Hey, Dana, have your sunglasses." They're honest, upright individuals.
And some of them run camera for us.
Yes. Still our sunglasses, but hey, they run.
And there's a jump ball there with Chudiana Sike and Ace Reiser. And look, here's how good it is. A lot of times we haven't come join our broadcast during the state tournament. Agent 99. Of course, Courtney Littledyke. So he can get a little aggressive with us pregame. But I now tell him if he says anything mean to me, I'll go talk to his dad. A 14-point advantage on the angle here with... Oh, nice take and finish there by Mitch Jepson.
It's a great job by Mitch, able to create that little space on the drive. We'll just kind of body into Matani. Free it up.
Into the corner. Going to pull for three and a little long from Hinckley.
Talk about the lack of depth for the Chaparrals tonight and wonder if that's one of those shots where you start to just kind of see that a little bit. Legs getting tired.
Nice take and finish by Chudy Anosike. And here come the Chaparrals. Got it down to 10. Reiser sends back out Hinckley. On the drive, got in the block by Jepson and knocked it off of him.
Heck of a play.
And our official midseason form was right on it.
He knew it, yeah.
We don't need to go to the screens to make sure we get it right. I
know we all wish we could take another 15 minutes here to just verify what was just called, but no need.
Only when it's about the clock. Skake along the baseline. Nice find inside. Oh, blocking behind. How about Schroeder?
Yeah, nice recovery. Pineview Panther showing us some great versatility tonight.
I would have swore his last name is Garrett, by the way, he's playing for Pineview tonight. A little floater won't go. Reiser with the board and the stick.
Of course, Isaac Garrett, one of the players that the Amigos are missing tonight, was here last week. Pleasant Grove Viking.
Yeah.
Dutch Dowdell, another one, was here last week, not on the floor tonight.
A little disappointed there for Dutch. You know, I want to get some calls on some threes there for Dutch Dowdell.
Yeah, I feel like Dutch, look, he's got that element to his game, but it's not at the same propensity as some of his older siblings.
Yeah, and the Jeremy. Oh, nice find inside, and the two there from Malcolm Johnson.
Boy, was
Malcolm in the middle.
Was that Schroeder who found it?
Yeah.
Man, good eyes.
Just showing off here. Little pull up.
Tough pull up.
Will not drop there for Skank.
Right in the teeth of that defense, right at the line, multiple defenders.
Oh, nice find. The Reiser was all by himself. Will reverse and score.
And guess from who? Schroeder.
Schroeder putting on a show.
Man.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. You're watching Utah Top 50.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
.423 left here in the second half of Game 2. We have one more game coming up. Again, want to thank you for joining us here on the Utah Top 50. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart of KSL Sports Rewind. Love our relationship with the Utah Top 50. Such a terrific event that goes on for, I want to say 7 weeks, but I know I'm wrong. As that jumper is good for Beatty.
Yeah, it'll be 6, but, that's close.
I want it to be 7. I mean, it's like I said, it's a nice little breakup in the middle of football season to get out, get some work done as Beatty sends that one ahead to Skank. He lays it in.
Good hands by Paul up top there. We'll get the pass deflection.
And now cut it back down to 10. A little striking distance here with 3:45 left as Frankham is blocked away.
Helped by Rust there coming over defensively.
Chudy Anosike. Can't get it to drop. Thought he'd get the call. Did not. 3.5 to go. Remember, there is a 30-second shot clock. Reiser sends out to Schroeder. Schroeder blocked away by Skank.
A nice defense there by Hunter. One of the things we've seen with all the Skank athletes over the years, their quickness and their closeout just like that, and it leads to the 3.
And they're team guys.
Yes.
And that three is good in a 7-point game now.
The other thing, they're confident. I mean, you think about Hunter, he's missed a shot or two here the last couple of minutes, and that one stepping into the open three and able to drill it still.
I'm not taking the risk of saying the wrong brother's name.
I know, yeah.
I'll let you handle that. It's that one doesn't go for Frankham, and he is fouled, and he'll get a 2-for-1.
Well, I made that mistake last week for about 30 of the 40 minutes played, and you learn.
Well,
you learn.
And how good are older brothers? Because when we had them a couple years ago, I was saying the wrong name. One of them was like, man, I love that you keep saying my name, but it's actually Hunter. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Deacon Rory would not have done that for me. Especially Rory.
Would you have done it for them?
Of course. I'm an upstanding citizen. That one won't go. The rebound taken by the Amigos. So a 9-point game is going 2 minutes, so clock will stop on fouls. And Smith sends over to Reiser. Ace working on Skank. Got inside, has to send out Johnson. He gets a chance at a three and hits. Short bench. What effects of a short bench?
Man, he's been good. He has been so good tonight. Young man nearing a double-double.
Skank for the long three, won't go. And the rebound to Schroeder. And Chudy can get the foul. And the clock will stop here. 1:14 on the official clock. We'll let it sync up with our unofficial clock on the screen. There's Jackson Smith outside. Then Smith, little pull up, won't go. Tipped out in the hands of Allen, and Allen lays that one in. Just once, I'm going to say Jackson Smith and Jigba. Got it. And there's the jump ball, and the clock will stop.
Jax Allen quietly with 10 points unofficially tonight. He's got a number of assists as well. A couple made threes. He and Schroeder have been kind of some unsung heroes, standouts. Oh, what a find.
Oh, beautiful find, and Johnson lays it in.
Ace Reiser, man, they're not a lot like him. Always has the ace up the sleeve.
He just holds on to him.
Yeah.
We call him Maverick. Not because of the pilot, but as that one lays in. On the other end, Skank with 8 seconds, and he gets that one to crawl up and in. And a strong second half here for the Anaheim Amigos as they take this one 80-64. Dane, your final thoughts on the selection of a player of the game?
Well, impressed. Short bench, 7 guys for the Amigos. No worries for them as they had a big second half. Second game in a row or second half able to pull away. The 3 Amigos of the game, Dusty, I'm going to go with Malcolm Johnson, was solid all around. I'll go with Ace Reiser. Love the finds that he had tonight. And Jax Allen. Those are my Tres Amigos.
Oh, nice. We got 3 Amigos on that one. And again, I want to thank you for watching us here on Utah Top 50. Game 3 of Week 2 coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll be right back. You're watching Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com. And welcome inside the Lifetime Activity Center on the campus of Salt Lake Community College. Game 3 of Week 2, the Utah Top 50. Dusty Litzner and Dane Stewart of KSL Sports Rewind with you. Our matchup here on the nightcap, the Washington Caps and the Kentucky Colonels. The Colonel's not after you, Dad. Maybe he will be tonight.
I don't know that one.
So I married an axe murderer?
Oh. Yeah, different context. I got you.
Oh, okay. Dropped that ball inside and had it stripped away. Quickly on the push now with the Caps. This is Nathan Johnson. And sends out the 3 on the way and good by Dowdy.
Now, we talked about when we saw Hunter Skank earlier, his warrior running mate, that man right there, Griffin Dowdy, and he can dial it up from all over the floor.
How about that contested 3 from Mason Bettinger?
All right, so secret number 1 for Dane is already out on the night, and secret number 2 apparently is out. Mason Bettinger is going to have himself a big, big year.
Do you thought that was a Dane secret?
No, I'm just telling you, he went for like 24 in week 1.
Yeah.
No one gets to 20 in this thing. And it was efficient shooting from Mason. I mean, he did not miss a lot of shots. Guys will take 8, 9 shots in this thing, but he hit like every one of them. And it's just his efficiency has taken that next step.
Yeah. Caden Erickson trying to go with the channel his inner
Colin Chandler?
Thank you.
He looks like Colin
He
Chandler.
looks exactly like Colin
yes,
Chandler.
I know.
Thought that last year too.
Yes,
But
yeah.
he let it go just a little bit longer even as that jumper is good from Giorgio Golesis.
Yeah, Golesis had a big game last week. Sprained his ankle. Good to see him back on the floor. Didn't think it was serious, but it's good that it's not.
I'm going to thank Brian Alfrey for making the Washington Caps the all-name team. Is a strong take, good D. Yeah, jump ball. Thought that was a good call there. William Santiago with the code red there. And the jump ball.
A rare chance for us to see Solomon Barrow, the Leighton Christian Academy Eagle. Don't get to see Leighton Christian very often.
We don't.
Of course, they're trying to move up to 4A. Might get a chance to see them more often, but man, he can be a high flyer.
That was off the backboard. Nice attempt, but the 2 points there to the Colonels. Look out for a video with the football team.
Yes.
Dave and I were there on Saturday. A great time. As that's another terrific J for Giorgio Golesis. I think Skyline's going to be pretty good this year.
Yes. Yeah, of course, new head coach will be interesting.
As Dane's dark horse with the bucket once again there, Mason Bettinger.
Yeah, just in case you didn't know who he was. I'm just telling you, if he doesn't shoot 70% from the floor tonight,
yeah,
it's the efficiency, Dusty.
That would not drop for Barrow. Of course, Mason Bettinger was our 5A Player of the Year last year. Was just unreal in the state tournament. I mean, unreal.
That semifinal.
But semifinal, that quarterfinal, like what is going on? It was just outstanding. So excited for his senior years. Shot a little wide of the mark. Holding up here, Dowdy. Now the take and the finish by Giorgio Golesis.
Great drive. Love that ball navigating through traffic and the reverse spin. He brought that same kind of game in week 1 here for the Caps.
Bettinger gets down low and hits.
Hasn't missed a shot. I'm just saying.
Just stop now. Then Dane's predictions are right. Same game parlay.
Yeah.
And get inside the lane, send that ball out. There was a foul on the drive. And so we'll stay here. Again, the clock will run continuously till the 10-minute mark. Then we'll have a media timeout. Only stops under 2 minutes left on fouls. Quick inbound here. That was KJ Miller. Nice pass on the backside, but swatted away by Braden Whitehead.
It's a young man going to have a lot on his shoulders at Bingham this year. Played limited minutes last year off the bench, and this year going to be the big for the Miners.
Missed a couple of bunny opportunities there. Bettinger from outside, off the mark at the rebound. Claimed by KJ Miller.
Seen a couple of his Lancer running mates already tonight.
Dowdy off the mark. Nice board. Johnson with the jackknife and can't finish. But he will go the line for free throws. How is it you have two redheaded Johnsons with an EN? They don't go to the same high school. So I can't try to make the connection. Of course, this Johnson.
How is it that you could have two redheaded Johnsons? I don't get it. Like, how does that happen?
How does this happen? In the year, all the technology and everything else we have in this world, we just don't have the connection to the Johnson family. I mean, they would be like the Manning family is to football. They are to the state of Utah basketball. 3 on the way and short. Rebound finally claimed by K.J. Miller.
Of course, speaking of Nathan Johnson, going to be a senior this year, and key cog for Coach Chris Jones there at Highland High School as he tries to rebuild that program. K.J. Miller.
Can have a really good year, I think, K.J. Miller.
Yeah, I think so.
Of course, his dad, a former CEU Golden Eagle himself, and the current head coach, his head coach at Layton High School. Johnson hanging on a pivot, fall away, no. So the golden opportunity goes by the boards. Staley sends that one up. Of course, 2 Lone Peak Knights on the floor there with Cameron Swiggett. 3 on the way and wide of the mark there from Barnes.
Of course, Jordy Barnes committing to Utah State this week.
Yes, he did. Text his dad, text Coach / Papa Barnes.
That might be Dusty's favorite Aggie. I
By
mean, Matt
far.
Barnes has to be your favorite Aggie, right?
By far. That's a short list.
I know. That's why I felt so confident saying it.
Of course, the Wesley family, tie because, lived next to his brother. There's a steal. Brings that in, but that was more McKelly's tie than anything else. And Swiggett comes and lays that one in. No, be right. Jody Barnes will get Dusty cheering. Ryland Jones, of course, right now is probably my favorite Aggie.
Stephen Ashworth. I mean, I was a bigger Ashworth guy. You loved Ross, right? Not that it's a Dane versus, but we love that
we were both on
backcourt.
there.
Yeah,
you were on it early, so I let you. We go on that one.
Well,
great salsa he dropped off.
Yes, he did. I think you loved Chantry's game a lot.
I did love Chantry Ross's
game.
We
loved that.
It was the little guy. Yeah,
yeah.
It was. It was because it was like you're going to underestimate this kid. That's why I really liked Evan Young, because I loved when Duncanville came to town, and it was like they totally underestimated him, and they couldn't keep him out of the paint.
So 2 players that certainly would have been in this league if it was running a couple years ago. Multi-year guys. Ashworth and Ross would have been top 50
easy.
from their sophomore year.
Easy, yeah. Oh, nice look there, but nobody home. Loose ball gets back in the hands.
Hit it.
And the 3 on the way won't drop.
Carly.
And now the extra opportunity there is Gillespie's couldn't get a couple buckets to go. Kyle Carly, the young man out at Mountain Ridge.
Tell you, he can be really aggressive on the take, and he can be a really tough matchup defensively. Interested to see if that translates back to Mountain Ridge this year. A team that had a lot of expectations last year, just about like it never quite got gelled. But, man, Kyle Carly, he can score with the best of them when he gets feeling it.
So back in the other end, here's Jody Barnes.
Good defense there by Smith.
Sends back out to Swiggett. That was Tyler Christensen, cycled through, now ball down low. Left-handed won't drop there for McKee, staying with it. And now a foul. We'll see that puts McKee at the line. If it does, it'll probably be the final bit we'll have here before our media timeout.
Jackson, a young man we don't get to see very often up at Box Elder. His dad in the building tonight, soon to be senior. Talk about a lot of good players in Region 5. He's one of them.
And McKee rolls in the free throw and gets 2 points. It's 1 for 2, 18-16 with a final possession before our media timeout. Gillespie sends that one out to Miller. We'll drop that one in. Bunny won't go. And now still in transition. We'll go to the first stoppage for our timeout. Send that one to the corner. Christensen drives and hits, and that will bring us to our stoppage as we are all tied up at 18. You are watching the 2022 Utah Top 50 Week 2, brought to you by Athletic Republic. So welcome back in after the media timeout. Dusty Lidster and Dane Stewart. I'll remind you that Athletic Republic is a performance at any age and any skill level. It is at any skill level. Basketball is a physically demanding sport. By focusing on acceleration, agility, and power, they can give players in every position the tools to be more successful in the game. Again, it's Athletic Republic, a proud sponsor of the Utah Top 50. I want to thank them for their support of this terrific event. But all tied up at 18 at our media break, and these two teams that feel very evenly matched up. As Barrow sends that one out, good ball movement. Miller straight away, couldn't get the three to drop, and the rebound.
Well, how about the hard close out there by Bettinger? He was like a cannon.
53 is Reese Dent, young man out of Wasatch. Barrow on the drive, Bettinger there, going to draw the foul. They'll call jump ball.
Yeah, it was right on top.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm in the mid-season high school form, just trying to guess on calls.
Oof. Erickson thought about it. It'll be fun to see Caden this year. Remember last year he had help on that team, great scoring, and now it's going to be a lot on him. Going to be more kind of option A.
All defense, too, and they lock people down, especially at the end of the year. But the surprising winning is Davis, then Lone Peak. As Barrow's three won't go, and again on the push, here comes Erickson. Erickson gets in the lane. What a
tough
finish.
take.
Oh, man.
You sure that's not Colin?
Yeah, right. Especially at Solid Community College, or Collins' junior year, he went absolutely nuts, leading Farmington to a state championship game appearance.
It is Caden Erickson, folks, and if you're a college coach out there, you got to give him a look.
Untapped
a
potential.
Real look.
Yeah. So this event's all about, right? Guys showcase their talents. And I feel like you see more defense than what you'd see in the summertime in this event.
And in some cases, even than in the wintertime.
Yeah, potentially. Is that ball
It's the beautiful thing about iron against iron, right? Like best against the best.
Yeah.
And you want to elevate your game on both ends of the floor. It was a great opportunity.
Nice little pocket pass, and that is a strong finish there by Braden Whitehead.
Yeah, up amongst the trees. And that was an element for Braden. It was like, if he can grow into some of the physicality of the paint, he could be a really good player, good force for the Miners, and that time showing he can.
Oh, and that one won't fall there for Giorgio. Gillespie's could not get that one. And that one poked away from behind from Erickson. Barrow with the loose ball, send ahead. Johnson with the defender on his back, little Heisman move. Lays that one up and in.
Maybe got a little extra momentum there and being able to finish on the little reverse, huh?
He just gives him a little Derrick Henry. As we'll have a free throw here for Mason Bettinger. Those are these moments where I realize my voice really carries in a building.
Yeah.
Of course, Derrick Henry didn't stiff arm people enough tonight. Good mercy. 41-7. It's a 41-point run that the Bills put up.
You're not even a Titans fan. I'm wondering if there's a fantasy impact there or something.
I was just trying to quote Major League 2, your favorite
okay. All right.
of the two. Is that three from Johnson short. Whitehead doesn't get it. Rebound claimed. That was William Santiago. And there's a three for Jordy Barnes.
No. That was Caden.
Oh, it's Caden.
You're good. We just got to get him his props.
50s, man. They both got a little bit of the mop head going.
51 and 57 nonetheless.
And that's the other part. Is that three won't go. Erickson with the rebound now up the floor. Bettinger. Goes inside Whitehead. Barrow was on his hip, and Whitehead able to finish.
Good ball movement from the Colonels tonight. We've seen it really start to pay dividends here as they expand this to a 10-point lead.
The oil is hot. Colonels are frying. And that three ball won't go. 32. We'll match the clock or the scoreboard inside the building. 33-22.
Their offense is finding an addictive chemical.
And the herbs and spices are all together.
Makes you crave it fortnightly.
We're in midseason form. You wouldn't know we haven't called games together all fall. Actually, we haven't called a game together since basketball last year.
Yeah, I know.
State championship. Dane goes and does the sports that I just don't know very well, lacrosse and soccer.
He doesn't either. That's the real truth.
That's not true. He's the voice of Utah lacrosse. And then, in the football, you get to call those games with Moose, and I'm in the studio. That ball's loose. Picked up by Bettinger. Swiggett was there, but Bettinger wanted to. A little showtime, and Johnson says nay to that one. Swiggett up to Barnes.
Love the recovery there by Nathan Johnson, who was 2-on-0 breakaway.
Oh, and then the block from behind by Barrow. Defense on display here for the Caps. Johnson fall away. And he really wanted to follow up that whole segment with a bucket there and didn't get it to go as some substitutions will come on. The defense.
Man, no kidding, huh? Great couple sequences there. The defense laying the opportunities offensively. Nathan just leaving that short, but love the buy-in defensively here for the Caps. See if that can help spur on some offense.
Oh, nice find. And the backside bucket is there for Jackson McKee. (37-22). Straightaway three from Miller. His second three.
Even had a hand in the face. Tyler Christensen was right there. And Miller extended beyond the three-point line. Even with the deepness of the gym here, able to drill it. Layton, maybe that next gym with the close bricks. We were talking about it earlier tonight.
It's one of the few that's still left.
I love that gym.
A little long. Yeah, the intimacy of those gyms have just kind of... First of all, it's this setup, essentially. Just gone by the boards. As Barnes blocked on the J.
Yeah, Gillespie. That's going to be a fun little region rivalry this year.
Well, Jordy's definitely going to draw a lot more attention, a little bit more of the ire, but the commitment to Utah State.
Well, and he won't have old Wistersill there. Inside, outside, defense.
Jack had his back. But there's a take in the finish. He's now a lumberjack down at Flagstaff.
I'm going to hold him true on going easy on my Vandals. No more than 10 and 10 for Jack.
Well, at least you know he'll do it with a big smile on his face.
I have a feeling he'd probably be like, take that, Dane.
Dane, I just had to do it. As that shot will go as we go inside of 2 minutes left. Actually, that's more JT. As Staley's three is short. Jack's, sorry, man. I had to do it.
Yeah, that's probably more like Jack, yeah.
There's a take by Miller, a little too hot to handle there down low. And the clock will only stop on fouls inside of 2 minutes.
Looking for Reese Dent. That one just kind of popped through his fingertips. The Colonels have had maybe the best first half that we've seen tonight. 39 points here.
32-32, I think, was our top The first 2 games, the Swiget pulls for 3 and it won't go. Rebound taken by Barrow. And he's going to go coast to coast.
Someone's got to step up here for the Caps. It's been tough to find the bottom of the net.
Inside of a minute left in the half. Oh, nice find. And Isaac Staley,
Yeah.
the sophomore, lays it up and in.
Yeah, they lost him. Didn't see Isaac there coming down the backside. And good finish. See if that gets him going.
He and Chamberlain Burgess are going to be a handful.
Well, and Cameron Swiget,
Yeah.
right? I mean, who's on the floor right now? He had a nice week 1. Swiget did. And hasn't quite got going tonight, but he's got the ability to. Good options for Coach Ross. I didn't even make him laugh tonight.
Miller short on that one. Inside of 20 seconds left in the first half. Here's Jordy Barnes going to hold it up top at 10 seconds. Down to 5. Barnes
Good defense there
sends
by Smith.
out to Staley. Blocked by Barrow. Miller will count if it goes. And left it a little short at the end of the first half. The Colonels leading the Caps 41-25. You are watching the Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
Start of the second half, Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you here at the Utah Top 50. Nightcap game as Barrow cannot get that one to go. Gets his own board. And then I thought we'd have a jump ball. Did not have it. Send it back out. 3 on the way and good.
Dowdy.
Thank you.
Look, love the collapse down there defensively. Bettinger coming down, but you leave the open shooter. And I'll tell you, there are certain coaches in 6A who have lived that pain before, leaving Griffin open and paying the price on the other end.
We're going to leave it here with the Colonels, much to the chagrin of Gillespie's.
I really want to call them the Colonels.
See, I never understood how you get Colonel out of COL, but as Barnes knocks down to 3 for the Colonels.
That's Utah State right there.
Aggie triple. See if they can get that one going up there. The fact that they don't is just a big miss. Big miss.
Riley doesn't shoot a lot of threes.
They're too worried about getting after the opposing team that they just come up with good chance. You know?
They haven't had a lot of Titan triples, Dusty.
That's true.
Give them a break, would you?
That's like the Aggie triples like made to be chanted at Utah State. Nice take and no.
I think Mason hit his first 3 or 4 shots, and since then,
been a little cold.
Yeah.
Pushing that 70% number.
Hey,
as Barrow can't get it.
You know, I never finished that statement.
That's true. There's Jordy Barnes hold it outside. Strong defense to send that ball out. That shot won't go. Barr with the board on the run out. Got some defense back there. Trying to go with a little one-hander. Bettinger maybe fouled him. Didn't get the call.
No, that was all ball.
Ball of the elbow, but there's the miss and then the board on the backside there.
I was channeling my Bill Walton.
Oh, thank you.
You know.
I should have caught that.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you to bring out some weird facts about the state of Utah. And largest producer of whatever it was that he brought up one time.
Well, I could bring up the fact that they call this gym the Lake because it's the Salt Lake, which is the largest lake in the country. You can see it from space. Players flying here from the lake in the top 50.
There it is.
You like that?
Absolutely.
The voice is way off, but I can't do his voice, so.
Very few people can.
Yeah, you're going to have to live with that.
Yeah, Frank Caliendo has kind of started to get it there. But a 16-point advantage for the Colonels. A little junction jumper, good.
I'm really excited for the year this year for Giorgio. He led Skyline in a lot of games last year. I remember we talked about him, but we never had a chance to see him.
Right.
And seeing him now, it's like, man, I think that kid going to be a senior. That's going to be a program to keep an eye on this year.
Been a while since the boys program has made a run. In transition, Dowdy for 3.
Tut. Man. Griffin Dowdy, man, he's probably one of the better three-point shooters that we don't talk about in this state.
I would agree. I would absolutely agree with that. Weber, for those years, were so competitive. They've had a couple down years where Region 1 kind of just ran away from them, namely Davis. And then Layton's going to be coming on the come up as well, and Fremont and things like that. They kind of got buried a little bit in the reed there.
I think it could be a year they can get back to competing for a region championship this year.
You think so?
Yeah.
Could be a tough region. I mean, it's wow. Giorgio Gillespie could not get that one to go. With Davis and Fremont, Syracuse, that one won't go. As a nice job there by Erickson. He's heard the conversation. Make sure he got in on that. But I think Region 1's going to be extremely open.
It might be one of the more competitive regions in the state this year.
I think this is a year Fremont gets back into that. They got so much talent coming back. Absolutely. And Hanson and Crew and Duft and others.
Calvert.
Yeah, and David Calvert. That's how he transitioned from football as Miller knocks down his third 3. As he says, what about the Wayton Wancers?
It's going to be one of the things is how do these, when you look at a Fremont with a Calvert, how do the football players come in, right?
Yeah.
That's been a big storyline in years past. If they're healthy, they can be a bear to deal with. And Mulaney hoping they'll be healthy.
Oh, nice take and finish there by Erickson. This isn't meaning to be negative. I don't know that Fremont football will go deep into the playoffs to get too concerned. But David's had a terrific year as a tight end. Some highlight reel catches. I saw Wazoo showing some interest. And of course, Wazoo does well when they get guys from Plain City.
You see his catch against Lehigh?
I didn't get to see it, no.
We've got a media timeout in a few minutes. I'll show you.
Oh, nice dish. And the finish to Whitehead.
William Santiago. Wasatch, great vision.
And I love that his name is William Santiago. I mean, that is the name of the character you only get to see in the opening moments of A Few Good Men.
That is true. You know, week one, I was like, are you sure he's not a Timview kid?
Right.
That was the first thought that went through my mind. But
Santiago's didn't leave Provo. That shot won't go from Bettinger. Nice contest there by Giorgio.
Yeah, showing his ability on both ends tonight.
Little head fakes and out Reese for 3.
Sometimes being that open can throw your rhythm off. And I thought Reese kind of gave that little like half pump fake. And I was like, oh, this might not end well. Good finish.
In transition, Miller has that one knocked out of bounds off of Giorgio Colesis. They're unbound along the baseline. Three from Miller is wide of the mark. And a turnover. .11 game, hanging on a pivot there, and 1 for Jackson McKee.
Nice finish there for Jackson. A little pump fake. You talked about being patient. Excellent job getting that to go down.
Nice take, and another hand one.
Oh, Carly.
Back. Yeah, Kyle Carly out of Mountain Ridge. Oh, nice block there by Reese Dent. Carly sends it ahead. Barrow. Now he gets a little left-handed flush. Wanted it earlier. Didn't get the foul call when he went for it. Back the other end. That 3 is short. Rebound to Johnson. Now he's got the run out. Johnson down the lane. Left hand, no. And the rebound claimed by the Colonels.
McKee back, able to do just enough. That lane had parted there for Nathan. Loved the recognition, just couldn't quite get it to go.
The 3 won't drop. It was William Santiago.
Then able to pull down that board despite having Whitehead right there. Nice physicality there by Reese.
Miller off on the 3. Backside board to Reese Dent. A contest there from Whitehead. Maybe got a piece of that.
Yeah, he's affected a lot of shots just like that. That length of Braden, talked about it earlier. Great asset.
Reese Dent, nice job of getting his hands on that. Speaking of hands, about Swiggett able to get his hands on that one. We'll keep it here as we're 1 minute away from the media timeout. So Johnson will inbound for the Caps. Good hands by Jordy Barnes. And we'll stay here.
Think about the way Utah State's been recruiting this state. Ryland Jones, Stephen Ashworth, Jordy Barnes.
Yep.
A lot of guards.
Lots of guards.
To play in Logan.
No, with Coach Smith and Coach Odom. We talked about Stephen Ashworth as well, and a shot off the mark. Final possession before our media timeout. So he gets that ball inside and does. hanging on a pivot, reverse it, and score it for Jackson McKee. Timeout on the floor. Inside a 10-minute mark. We'll be right back. You're watching the Utah Top 50. And welcome back inside the Lifetime Activity Center. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. Final 9:56 of week 2 of the Utah Top 50. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, Athletic Republic and Mountain America, for supporting the Utah Top 50 Elite Showcase. 11-point lead as Isaac Staley got that one to go.
I think he wanted to dunk it, just found himself a little too far underneath. How about the outlet there? Teammate swig it to Staley.
Well, but Barrow would be able to have that, and there's the foul to Isaac Staley, and then Barrow with the bucket. Count the 2+1.
Probably could have had a foul a little bit earlier there, but it's where you appreciate the top 50. We're not trying to send anyone to the line here. We're just trying to let boys play.
Send out Isaac Staley for 3 off the angle, short. Gets his own board, goes back inside.
There
now
you go.
The hammer for Isaac Staley.
I'm just going to say it's been a tough offensive night for Staley. But great recognition there, able to kind of stay in position to get the long rebound, and then able to take it and get the flush. Oh,
walking the tightrope over there. Barrow trying to size up Staley. Little junction extended J there for Giorgio Golesis. Jordy Barnes sends back out. McKee short on the J. Rebound taken. And cleared out by Carson Smith. Quick on the other end. Giorgio.
Yeah. Man.
Golesis with the finish.
Not the first time we've seen him get into the paint with contact.
Oh, they got the nickname, because that's actually going to be the correct pronunciation of his name. Giorgio.
Coming to a top 5 near you.
I'm not going to have him come up. Actually, it's Georgia. But Amy's still good with it. Cross court, Staley. Little 2-foot jump stop, and you get the foul there. So Isaac Staley, the sophomore, will go to the line.
I like seeing Isaac be more aggressive here these last couple of minutes. I think last year felt like he kind of took what was given to him a little bit, and here recognizing, hey, I'm going to get to the rack. I'm going to try to create a little bit more.
You know, he had one of my favorite plays of the year last year against, I think it was Sky Ridge, where he had the block down the stretch, and then thought they had a chance to win that game. Kind of came out of nowhere, able to get the block, and then just missed the 3 to win. But big bucket there, 61-54. Of course, Isaac, the son of Dustin Staley and nephew of Luke Staley. The latter spurned the name of one of my third child. Or Doak Walker Award winner, Luke Staley. Bettinger.
Nice movement.
To Whitehead. Couldn't get it. Gets his own board. Couldn't get the stick. But Whitehead at the free throw line. And Dane, I should show Dane this picture. I didn't. There was a picture caught with Kerr talking with Luke Staley, who's on the staff. I mean, if there are more.
Dusty printed that, framed it. Looking to get autographs on one day.
Yeah.
If Dusty has another child, their name probably will be Kerr. Kerr Litster.
Couldn't do it. Close. I mean, when Detmer was born, I was going to go Detmer Wilson because of my buddy Kyle, but I was afraid that Mike would know.
Sure, yeah.
That's double L's, not one. On the angle now, Giorgio Gillespie's. Nice take and finish. Man, Giorgio.
We got to get someone at Skyline start sending us highlights, huh?
Absolutely.
Twitter, Instagram, we need them. We want them.
Got to have them. Nice find. And the
That's a Barnes for you right there.
Yeah. Doesn't always have to be a three.
No.
Make the best basketball decision. Reese Dent steps out for three and got it. No, Reese Dent had a great top 50 last year.
Coach Kyle Taylor, he's been running the Colonels today. Kind of hung his head after Reese knocks that one down. Like, man, can't put these guys away.
Yeah. Quickly on the run. Barnes near to steal. Giorgio able to keep the handle. Dent out for the screen. Giorgio with Whitehead saying, hey, clear it out, let me go. But maybe not. Goes back inside. Reese Dent got right around Jordy Barnes. Isaac Staley with the block.
Showing he's more than just a perimeter guy, huh?
Yeah. Bettinger can't get the floater to go. Rebound back in the hands of Mason. Sends back out. Staley gonna shuffle his feet. He got caught in between some decisions there. This guy didn't turn an ankle.
Yeah. Tell you, another stop for the Caps, Dusty.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this game was kind of in control.
It was. They just slowly just chipped away at this thing as Johnson sent out to Miller.
Good closeout there on KJ.
Straightaway three. Reese Dent, no. He hit two. Was looking for the third. That was the heat check. So inside 3.5 left. Is Jordy Barnes. Pulls for three. No. Whitehead there for the putback. Be there for your pickups.
Yeah. Offensive rebound, second chance points, so important. Great job by Whitehead. And then look, he's down there defensively. He'll get called for the foul, but how about the big man running the floor for the Colonels?
So Reese Dent once again making an impact play. Gets the foul. We'll go 1 for 2 at the line. One of my favorite rules, maybe just be incorporated at all levels, for heaven's sakes, but not really.
The 1 for 2?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I actually really like 1-on-1. I hope they never take that away.
Yeah.
But they will, because, you know, we can't have nice things.
Well, you got to have a reason to have a rules committee. It's like changing a state flag. Like, why? Well, because you got to have a committee do something.
They apparently didn't like my design, by the way.
I almost said it to the governor. Like, what are we doing? Don't want to burn that relationship. Is that one missed there by Whitehead?
Too strong.
KJ Miller, 4-3.
Oh, KJ. Yes, sir. Back to 5.
Yeah, back to a 2-possession game inside of 2 minutes where the clock will stop just on fouls. As Erickson sends out to Bettinger. Gone cold in the second half. And Mason. Good body up, step back, no. Whitehead another board, and then he's fouled. They'll put him at the line.
How about the work by Braden on that play? Able to get the positioning before the shot, sets himself up for the rebound.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. You're watching Utah Top 50.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
Minute 42 left here on Game 3 of Week 2, the Utah Top 50. Reminds you that Athletic Republic helps you everywhere, including explosive power. In other words, the ability to produce force quickly, the ability to drive to the basket, chase down a loose ball, or leap for a rebound or jump ball is developed by improving hip strength and stability using proprietary equipment such as the Plyo Press and protocols. We focus extensively on hip strength to generate the power that informs all aspects of a player's game. And that's Athletic Republic.
I don't know if he'll appreciate this or not, but Coach Kelby Miller isn't going to walk up 15 rows to say hi to us. So players, next time he gets on you for not running sprints in the gym, just respond with, Coach, you won't walk up 15 rows.
I mean, and the next time he's mad at us, well, why aren't you talking Leighton? Well, you're not taking the extra steps to help us out.
He did turn around and wave.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
He sent us a text. Did you
Oh,
not
he
see
did?
that?
Oh, well, I was reading.
Yeah.
I was reading a read. There's a okay, I take that back, Coach. Giorgio had that one. That goes out of bounds and will stay here.
Good hustle there by Barrow. Able to help keep this in.
I have a great comeback. Show me you care without saying you care.
He'll probably give you the old Coach Miller smirk.
Oh, there's the block
Jordy.
by Jordy. They had actually stopped the clock there. They hadn't been stopping on balls out of bounds, and so we'll let the clock catch up to our clock. Actually, I'll just reset it here. Of course, what we have on screen is unofficial. We keep that up here. It is not fully synced with.
You know, here's the thing I
Internet.
love about Jordy Barnes. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but he's just a complete player. Is this one thrown away? We'll get back to that.
3 is good by Dowdy.
Whew.
And it's a 4-point game. And now a foul.
So what I love about Jordy Barnes, when everyone thinks of Matt Barnes and Olympus, they think of the threes, right? But he's taken a couple tonight, but the defense, the ball control, the driving ability, the assists, I just love that Jordy is not one-dimensional.
Right. But I think what everyone misses, and I kind of get caught up in a little bit as well, is the offense and the threes. But Olympus always plays defense.
Yeah.
Always plays defense. You think of those years of Ryland and others. I mean, when they went that perfect year, I mean, they locked you down, turned you over, and then went hit threes.
And the thing is that they turn the turnovers into points.
Yep. And gets the rebound off the missed free throw. Sends that one across, and now I'll play a little keep away. Oh, there's a steal. Giorgio Gillespie's, and he's fouled. Going to call that on the floor. I don't think they're going to give him the bucket.
No, I counted it.
They did.
I think that's going to be the rule of
For the sake of the game, they count that one.
no, I think that's a clear path type call, right?
Yeah, sure. Hey, I don't care. It makes it a 1-point game. I'm here for it. And again, the clock had stopped on a different stoppage that we hadn't been doing. As here's Erickson. Hangs on a pivot and scores.
Nice finish. You know what we missed? We missed a timeout. We'll take it now.
Timeout. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
1:06 left here in the ball game. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. It's a 3-point game. And the game had been double digits most of the night. But the Caps just been hanging around here. And where do they go for the 3-ball? Well, you still don't have to have it now. But where do they go for some offense? It's Johnson on the drive, blocked by Bettinger.
I'd look for Doughty. I think he's been their best perimeter shooter tonight. Gillespie on the drive. You can potentially get in one finishes from him. But those are probably the two guys I'm looking for. And don't forget about Carly. He's got that great athleticism, good driving ability as well.
And Giorgio right to the rim and a timeout.
Boy, his little step kind of caught Jordy off guard. And again, the Skyline Olympus rivalry lives on at the top 50.
Yeah, been a fun night tonight. This is week 2. We had 6 weeks. And then we'll have the next game, and I think there's some other potentials that I think they want to highlight as well here at Utah Top 50. This is going to continue to grow and evolve, especially where we've seen it go from year 1. Thank goodness not everybody's wearing number 50 like we did a year ago. I mean, we're making great inroads here with what the group here has done.
Yeah, in fact, if I recall, there's no single digits this year, right?
They don't want it to be a ranking.
It's not about where you are. It's about being a participant of the top 50 and really the opportunity, again, to go up strength against strength, go see what it's like to play against top talent. And you got to love, you have opportunities for interclassifications, non-regions battles that maybe you want to get a chance to see over the course of the regular season.
Well, absolutely. So 48 seconds left.
How about Braden Whitehead tonight? He's got 5 offensive rebounds, 9 total. He's got more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds.
So a 1-point game. Caps be looking for the steal and then the foul. Don't necessarily have to go exactly like that.
Ooh.
Oh, there it was, and Barrow knocked it out of bounds. And it will stay with the Colonels. Well, they wanted that one, but I think that's rightfully, correctly called there. So 45 seconds. The clock will now hit our clock here. Barnes sends that one ahead. Ooh, that was a dangerous pass. Erickson trying to get that ball inside, and there's the steal. Barrow with the loose ball.
Boy, arms were kind of coming up there a little bit, too.
Look out for Giorgio. Gillespie's free throw line jumper, and he's fouled from behind. Glad he got him.
Boy, I thought Tyler Christensen, great job there from behind, but you're not going to get many blocks from that position deemed legal.
Yeah, not clean anyway, yeah.
Haven't talked much about Christensen tonight. A couple Cedar Valley participants here in the top 50.
And having to shoot, so was it 2 within a minute?
I think so.
I should have looked. So we're tied at 71. And the lead would not go. So tied at 71. We have our first overtime game.
We had one last week.
You did.
Kicked it off that way.
First one tonight.
Yeah, first one tonight.
15 seconds.
You got Erickson on the floor, McKee on the floor, Barnes, of course, Bettinger, and the big man Whitehead.
Inside of 10, Jordy Barnes with 5.
Good defense there. Nice help.
Whitehead back out to Barnes. Erickson won't count if it goes. It was late. And so we are heading to overtime. What a comeback from the Caps. Additional basketball coming our way on Monday Night Football Night. We'll be right back. You're watching Utah Top 50. That's called a hard in. Welcome back, Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. 2-minute overtime, and there's a steal.
Oh,
the Colonels and Bettinger +1.
Boy, I did not think that was a good idea from Caden Erickson, and somehow he was able to fit that ahead to Mason. What a finish. You know, Dusty, the NFL did a doubleheader tonight. We do triple headers.
Triple headers +1.
Plus overtime.
They think they call a lot of games. Herbie goes from Thursday to game day to his game. You know, we do this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a nice take and block by Whitehead. Bettinger with a loose ball.
Continues his strong game. And while he hasn't led the Colonels in scoring, man, what he's done in the paint, off the glass, has been huge.
Bettinger sends back out to Erickson. A little Region 1 matchup here at Dowdy and Erickson. Send it back out. McKee, now Bettinger. On the drive, Mason. Give it, take it away, and then hit.
I don't know if he's scored since about the first 10 minutes of the game, but man, all 5 points here in the overtime.
Here's Giorgio. Been outstanding down the stretch of this game, and good defense there by Barnes. Changed that shot, and he left it short.
Bucket here, and that might be it.
Send out to Barnes, got it back. And Jordan will reset inside of 40 seconds.
Oh, Jordy.
Nice take, and going to call that on the well, he didn't get the shot to fall. So 33 seconds left as Jordy Barnes will go to the line.
Man, so tough to defend. Dent in that situation, having to defend the three up top, and Jordy just setting up that drive, got the step. Not much you can do.
And rattles home the first. I almost feel like we got to go into golf mode when we get the,
I know, right?
The free throws. So Jordy made the first one, and it's been one of those great nights tonight for Jordy Barnes. Got them both. The Azaleas have been outstanding this week. As the hand back to Dowdy for three. That was online, but a little long, and the rebound claimed by the Colonels. William Santiago. And Barnes backside to Erickson. He thought about it. He'll send it back out, and that'll do it tonight as the Colonels going to come away with the 7-point win after coughing up the lead and going to overtime. But Dane, your final thoughts of tonight, of this third game, and a selection of the player of the game?
Well, love the effort tonight by the Caps, able to come back in this one, a game that, you know, they were on the short end for a large portion of, but just not enough. In overtime, Mason Bettinger coming through early. He started the game off hot, started overtime off hot. Fantastic job. I'm going to go with Whitehead today in the block. I thought he was fantastic off the glass. Close to a double-double for Braden Whitehead. Was a difference maker offensively, defensively. I'll go with Braden as our player of the game.
A lot of fun. 3 games tonight. We got 3 games coming up next week. You can watch them right here on KSLSports.com. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2022 Utah Top 50.